To Jen and Juice. I started doing this a while back per request and to tell my story and to share things that have helped me overcome autoimmune disease and whole body dysfunction, and just share things that I've done in my lifestyle and in my diet to get my life back. So every week you guys send me questions. On Monday I usually post something in my story asking for your questions or your topics that you want discussed, and that's how we get started. So today we're going to talk about hormones. And if you would like to subscribe and get these videos sent to your email every week, head over to my website, inspirehealthbyjen.com, and there should be a subscription box that pops up and you can put in your email, and then I'll send you the videos that we talk about every week along with the corresponding blog post when that comes out as well. So if you like audio or if you'd rather read and take notes or have something in Word format, you can get the information both ways. Today we're going to talk about hormones. A lot of friends and some of you that I've talked with and clients, you guys send me your lab work or tell me about your symptoms, and you're like, you know, my hormones are out of whack and I have adrenal fatigue, or ladies, we're having menstrual cycle irregularities, our female hormones are out of whack. Men, you guys are talking about hair loss and ED, and overall everyone, both female and male, we're talking about energy, low performance in the gym, and just overall hormone dysfunction in life. So what are some things we see? Our lab work, we see our hormones are out of range, out of whack, or it depends on who's reading your labs. If functional medicine trained practitioners reading your lab work, they're going to look at your hormones different than a medical doctor. So definitely check in with somebody that's well versed with reading them as a functional medicine practitioner to really get to the root cause of what's going on. But I'm going to hit some of those root causes today, talk about what's going on with your hormones and why, you know, we're looking for the hormone replacement or the supplement or the essential oil, which all of those things, especially herbals and essential oils, can be really, really helpful in balancing our hormones. But unless we get to the root cause of the issue, we won't be able to fully balance our hormones and restore our body to homeostasis. So toxicity. Toxicity is the number one thing why your hormones are out of balance and they're not regulating properly. Hormones are like a little red flag to our body when those are dysregulating or not in the correct ranges. It's like our body's telling us, you know, hey, this symptom is really a blessing. Something is not right, and it's something to be paid attention to rather than just band-aid and fix it with something without getting to the root cause. So toxicity. What can toxicity be caused from? Heavy metals. We can have endocrine disruptors in our food products and what our food is stored in. Endocrine disruptors can look like fragrances and beauty products, carcinogens just in the air and the products we're using, the air we breathe. And the good thing is we can get rid of those out of our body. And then viruses, bacteria, things like that, which we'll talk about later. Second biggest reason, stress. So stress is like gasoline to the hormone or adrenal fatigue or whatever, PCOS, whatever you have going on, that's dysregulating your hormones. That's like gasoline on the fire. And sometimes I know a lot of people that I like to chat with, we're all doing big things in our life, and that does not mean you cannot be doing big things, but are you recovering? Are you taking that intentional time to unwind and just reflect back on your experiences and celebrate those accomplishments and then just recover? So, and what does the stress look like in your body? Are you taking on more than you can handle? Are you in a job that just has you by the neck and you're at their beck and call and you can never recover and you can never wind down? And then with that, is it your job or is it what you're struggling with your expectations for yourself in that job? And then how are you getting enough sleep? Are you burning the candle at both ends? You know, your day is busy, busy, busy. Are you putting too much in your day? And so what does your stress look like and how can you balance that? Third thing, nutrient deficiencies. So our nutrients are like the gasoline that fuels the car and makes the hormones tick. So our nutrients are like the gasoline. The car running well is going to produce the hormones. So if you're nutrient deficient, then there is no energy source to create the proper hormones. So we take supplements like vitamin D, magnesium, zinc, selenium, glutathione, vitamin B12. Those are all really great to add in. But for one, you can get them from your food, probably not in as good of amount as we used to with our soil quality, but food is the number one place to start. If you can't afford a good diet and supplements, go with the good diet for sure. And then just make sure that your diet, we're looking at, eat the rainbow. How are you nutrient deficient? Are we skipping, nutritious plant-based or living foods in the morning for coffee and things that are going to give us energy? The reason that we crave caffeine and sugar, especially in the morning or in that mid-afternoon slump, is we're craving the hormone cascade that we're creating with that. So coffee, caffeine is going to kick out cortisol. It's going to give us a feeling like we just ate, but in return, it's crashing your adrenals. It's sending your hormones out of whack. A lot of people, you'll notice, men and women that have cortisol irregularities in their body, you're going to notice they're going to carry weight around their midsection. Their hair is going to be really thin. They're going to be tired. Their skin will look dry. So those are things to think about. Why are you craving caffeine and sugar? And then, so that goes back to nutrient deficiencies. If you're craving energy, you're nutrient deficient, you're probably not getting enough calories and not enough glucose or carbohydrate in your diet. So number 4, trauma. The body keeps the score, and our life work really adds up, and we can't always control the trauma that's happened to us. But if we're consistently running from it, and a lot of us, we don't want to dig up those old wounds and that old baggage and these things that have happened and been present in our life. But it is really important to heal trauma in our life so that our body can release that, because you might be able to get it out of your mind, but your body's going to keep the score. It's going to carry that with you until you're able to release it and work through it, and in turn that's going to affect your hormones. And then, so when we talked about 4, number 5, infections, and that was back up with the first topic when we talked about toxicity. That can look like bacteria, viruses. Epstein-Barr is really big. We're noticing a lot of people that have talked about, maybe they noticed they had mono at a young age, but thyroid and Epstein-Barr, chronic fatigue syndrome, that is really starting to be discussed, and rightfully so, because viruses are a really big issue. And when your body's out of homeostasis, when you're chronically ill or chronically infected with infections like bacteria, viruses, mold, parasites, fungus, anything, that's going to cause hormone dysregulation in the body. Cortisol, insulin, your sex hormones, all of it. It's all affected. It's all linked. So isolating your hormones and just treating your hormones is not going to fix the problem. You have to address the underlying infection. And that can be done with your diet. That can be done with food and addressing that nutrient deficiency. And we might have all these pathogens, but once you boost the immune system and build that solid foundation, then your body can wipe out all these infections. And I've had probably almost all of the ones I've just listed, and every day my health is improving, and it's just with diet and a little bit of nutrient supplement. So you have to really build that strong foundation. That's the number one thing. And how do you fix and address your hormones? Build a strong foundation with your body. In our society, our lifestyle is not set up for success, to give us the tools and to make us proficient in living this way that is going to support our health and our hormones. I mean, the foods that are common that we're like, well, why can't I just eat that? That's normal. They're not normal. These foods they never have been, and they never will be good for us. And I'm not saying that you can never treat yourself or go out and enjoy, but when we're making our lifestyle match society and the way that we think we're brought up, those Costco hot dogs and pizza, just, we order a pizza on a Friday night, and then it's our dinner Saturday, Sunday, and then our breakfast Monday. Well, we're putting these things in our body that are not serving us and that are not regulating our hormones. So work with someone who really understands nutrition and supplements in the body. And before you, pay for that $500 stool sample or those, $700-800 in blood work, have you thought about your food and your nutrition to address your hormones before you're buying expensive patches? And I love essential oils and I love herbals and adaptogens for your hormones, but those things can only work and support you better if you have that solid foundation. And that solid foundation is going to be built on lifestyle and diet. And for so long, I tried to run around it and be like, okay, well, anything but just give me the magic, the pill, the supplement, You know, even like things like meditation, bringing that in, that will be huge to regulate your stress. But that solid foundation is lifestyle and it's diet. And find someone who understands the root causes, especially in the functional medicine world. Integrative medicine, naturopathic practitioners are all really good people to talk to about your hormones, and then bring in the right things that are going to support you. So start with your diet. You can get all of the healing properties that you need through food, I promise you. And then add in some supplementation that might have been missed just with food sources. Not everything's organic and not everything is grown in nutrient-rich soil. So if you have any more questions about your hormones, you can send me a DM. If you would like to get the subscriptions to these videos and the blog post that I will talk about hormones when that goes out, go to my website, inspirehealthbyjen.com. There will be a subscription box that pops up. Go ahead and type in your email so I can have that and get to you, or you can check out my blog, middaypigeon.com, and there's a ton of articles. I know a lot of you had asked questions about birth control, a lot of the ladies, and you were saying, well, I'm on synthetic hormones. I don't want to get off of that because that is the only way you're able to control that variable in your life right now. That's okay. So you really look at your diet to improve your gut health, because in my blog post about birth control, I talk about how it does deplete us of our nutrients, how it is hard on our gut and our hormones, but there's still things you can do to build your foundation up so that that's the only variable affecting your hormones. So if you like this video, head over to my website and subscribe, and there will be more. We'll catch you every Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time for these videos.